faraway village, hidden from the busy outside world, life moved slowly, just like it had for many, many years. The people in the village were like one big family. They shared happy moments, sad times, and helped each other with daily chores. Every morning, the sun rose to see them busy with their homes and families. The smell of fresh bread filled the air, mixing with the cheerful sounds of children playing in the streets. Among the villagers was a young woman named Amani. She was 20 years old and known for her grace and beauty. Her dark hair flowed over her shoulders like a waterfall, and her warm eyes showed the kindness in her heart. People loved her for her laughter, which sounded like music and brought joy even on the dullest days. But behind her bright smile was a past filled with secrets. Amani had grown up in the village, raised by her grandmother after losing her parents in a sad accident when she was just a child. Her grandmother was a wise and kind woman who taught Amani to be caring and strong. "Life may be tough, my dear," she would say, "but we must stay strong. We can turn our pain into strength." As Amani grew into a young woman, her life changed. She fell in love with a charming young man named Kofi, whose laughter was as joyful as hers. Their love brought hope to the village, inspiring others and making people dream of a brighter future. The villagers often spoke of Amani and Kofi, saying they were meant to be together forever. But as people say, fate can sometimes be unkind. One evening, as the village got ready for a festival, Amani and Kofi promised to love each other forever under the glowing lanterns. The stars above shone brightly, as if celebrating their love. But in the darkness, whispers of jealousy floated around. A woman named Zuri, who had always liked Kofi, watched from afar, her heart filled with anger. As the festival went on, Zuri began to plan how to destroy the happiness around her. In the days that followed, many bad things happened in the village. The crops failed, sickness spread, and the once happy community started to fall apart. Amani and Kofi stood together, trying to help their neighbors, but the sadness became harder to bear. Rumors spread quickly, and people started blaming the couple. They were accused of bringing bad luck to the village. One fateful night, in the darkness, Zuri let her jealousy take over. She came up with a wicked plan to blame Amani and Kofi for the village's problems. With some clever lies, she spread rumors that the couple had made a deal with dark forces to become rich while hurting others. The villagers, filled with fear and doubt, turned against Amani and Kofi. One stormy evening, the villagers gathered in the town square, holding torches that lit up their worried faces. Amani and Kofi stood in the center, confused and scared. "We are innocent," Amani cried, her voice shaking with fear. "We would never hurt our beloved village." But the crowd was not kind. They shouted accusations, their voices filled with anger. Kofi stepped forward, trying to calm them down. "Listen to us. We love this village. We would never want to harm it." But the crowd would not back down. In a moment of madness, someone shouted, "Burn them! They are the cause of our suffering." Panic filled Amani's heart. Just as the crowd was about to unleash their anger, the wise old village chief raised his hand for silence. "Enough!" he shouted, his voice strong. "Let us not act too quickly. Let us find the truth." Amani's heart raced as the chief's words echoed in the air. "I suggest a trial," he continued. "We will find out the truth behind this trouble. If they are guilty, they will face the punishment. If not, we will make things right." With hesitation, the villagers agreed. They tied up Amani and Kofi and brought them to the village square, where the chief would lead the trial. The tension was thick, and Amani could feel the villagers watching her closely. As the trial started, Zuri shared her lies, trapping the villagers in her web of deceit. Amani's heart sank as the falsehoods surrounded her, choking her hope. But as the chief listened, he saw something strange. The villagers were not just drawn to Zuri's claims, they were also moved by the sadness in Amani's eyes. "Tell us your story, Amani," the chief said firmly. Amani took a deep breath, her voice trembling as she shared her life, her love for Kofi, the sad loss of her parents, and her strong wish to help the village. "I have never wanted to hurt anyone," she pleaded. "All I've ever wanted is to see our community grow and be happy." The villagers shifted, doubt creeping into their hearts. It was clear that Amani's love was real, but Zuri did not give up, continuing her accusations. Just when it seemed that things were turning against Amani, Kofi, tied up next to her, spoke out. "Love is strong, but so is the truth," he said, his voice steady despite their dangerous situation. "I will not let my beloved suffer for lies. We have the right to defend ourselves. If we must be punished, let it be for what we have done, not because of someone else's jealousy." The chief nodded, impressed by Kofi's courage. "Very well. I will let both of you share your side. Speak of your love and your true intentions. Show us who you really are." With new courage, Amani and Kofi began to tell their own story, sharing the truth of their hearts and their dedication to the village. They talked about their dreams for the future, their wish to help their community grow, and how their love had always been a force for good. As they spoke, the mood changed. The villagers began to whisper, and the doubts planted by Zuri started to fade away. Amani's tears fell freely, not from sadness, but from being open and honest. "I do not want to fight," she said, her voice trembling. "I only want to show you the love we have for each other and for our home." The chief watched as the villagers' faces changed. Their anger faded, replaced by kindness and understanding. But Zuri, feeling her power slipping away, became desperate. "They are lying. They will only bring more suffering. You must believe me." Suddenly, a villager stepped forward, a woman who had been quiet until now. "I have seen how Amani cares for our children and how Kofi has worked hard to help those in need. I choose to believe them." Her words touched the hearts of others, and one by one more villagers began to show their support. Zuri's face twisted in rage as the tide turned. "You're fools! They will bring doom upon us all!" The chief silenced her with a stern look. "We will not succumb to fear or jealousy. The truth will always prevail. It is time to put this matter to rest." In that moment, a heavy silence fell over the crowd. The chief raised his hand, signaling for a decision. "I believe Amani and Kofi deserve a chance to show their loyalty to this village. Let them prepare a feast for us, one that shows their love and commitment. If the village enjoys it, we will put this matter behind us." The villagers whispered in agreement, excited to give the couple a chance to make things right. As Amani and Kofi were set free, Zuri's face twisted with anger. "This is not over!" she spat, but the crowd ignored her, their attention now on the couple. With determination, Amani and Kofi got to work. They gathered ingredients and began to prepare a feast that showed their love and commitment. As they cooked, they put their passion into every dish, with each ingredient representing their dreams for the future. Amani remembered her grandmother's words, "We can turn our pain into strength." The day of the feast arrived, and the village square buzzed with excitement. Tables were decorated with colourful fabrics, and the smell of delicious food filled the air. Villagers gathered, their faces full of curiosity. Would this couple really make things right? As the feast began, Amani and Kofi served their dishes, each one showing their journey. They shared stories of love, strength, and hope, inviting the villagers to taste not just the food, but the feelings in their hearts. The first bite brought a gasp of surprise. The flavors danced in their mouths, rich and bright. A wave of appreciation spread through the crowd as they enjoyed the meal, and laughter filled the square. "Delicious!" exclaimed one villager. "This is truly a feast." Zuri, watching from the sidelines, felt the ground shift beneath her. The tide had turned, and her power began to fade. Desperation gripped her heart as she saw her plan falling apart. As the evening continued, Amani and Kofi shared their dreams for the village, describing a united community working together for a better future. The villagers listened, captivated by the couple's honesty. The mood changed from doubt to admiration, and slowly, Amani's tears of fear turned into tears of joy. At the end of the feast, the chief stood to speak to the villagers. "Tonight, we have tasted more than just food. We have tasted love, unity, and the strength of truth. Amani and Kofi have shown us that we can strengthen our bonds, and together we can rise above our differences." As the villagers burst into applause, Zuri's face twisted in defeat. She realized that jealousy and anger could never win against love and unity. The villagers welcomed Amani and Kofi back into their community, their voices rising in a joyful chorus. In the weeks that followed, the village thrived again. Crops grew well, laughter filled the streets, and the bonds between villages became stronger. Amani and Kofi became the heart of the community, their love reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, hope and strength could show the way. As for Zuri, she learned that envy only brings loneliness. Over time, she sought forgiveness, learning to accept the love around her and becoming part of the community she once tried to break apart. In the end, the village became a symbol of love, unity, and forgiveness. Amani's tears had truly turned into wine, representing strength, hope, and the strong bonds that held the villagers together. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this story and felt the excitement and emotions within it. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and family who love stories too. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you for being here and for helping us keep these stories alive.